Hello, thanks for joining me. As you can see, I'm in the workshop and I've got my Triumph T140E up on the workbench. I've been doing quite a lot of work on my bikes over the last few weeks, but I've not bothered videoing most of it because either it's fairly mundane stuff which I don't think is interesting to people, or it's something that I've already videoed. But the reason I've got the T140 up on the workbench is I've been having problems with the front brake binding. It just suddenly started happening, a bit of a mystery for him. It's not like the bike had been stood around for ages. You know, I've been riding it, maybe not had it out for 3-4 days, and came to move it out the garage and the front brake was binding. So I stripped down the caliper, had a look at it. It's not that long ago since I replaced all the seals on it, but just because it's fairly cheap, I replaced the seals again on that. Likewise, the master cylinder, I've just got a bit of tissue around here because I'm about to take the cap off and I don't want to splash fluid around, hence the cover on the tank as well. Again, that was all working fine, but I'm still having problems. And so a couple of people have very helpfully suggested to me that it could be the flexible hoses are collapsing. And in fact, I've never changed the hoses. I don't know when the hoses were ever changed, if they ever have been. And so I thought I'll just do that job now. So I've got myself some replacement hoses here, Girling hoses. They're not expensive. Both the hoses with postage were about £30 UK. So fairly cheap job to do. But it's just the routing I thought was interesting if you've not done this before. So we've got the flexible hose that runs from the master cylinder, and it actually goes into the top yoke here, and it's mounted. There's a little nut on the top and the bottom. Then we have a length of, you might not be able to see, but we have a length of solid hose down here too, and then we've got the pressure switch for the front brake light. And if I come down here, from that pressure switch we've got another short length of solid hose and the mount here on the bottom yoke, and then we've got the second bit of flexible hose that runs down here to a mount on the fork stanchion here, and then the solid pipe that runs down to the brake caliper. So we've got, it's a bit of a complex system when you look at it, but I guess, they've got the solid pipes, which are, back in the day of the technology when this bike was made, they're going to be more reliable and less flex in them than the flexible pipes. So we've only got the flexible pipes where they're needed, where there's actually going to be movement. The pipe needs to move. So I guess, in its day, that's a pretty good sort of design in terms of maximising the amount of hose that is solid pipe like that. I guess, these days you could just replace the whole pipe with one long length of braided hose all the way down to the caliper, but I want to maintain the authenticity of the bike, so I've got these Girling replacements for the originals. I've got the bottom pipe off, which went here, so this is the new Girling pipe that's going in there. So very easy. There's a there's put through each end. It's fastened in top and bottom with, if I show this to you here, get that in focus. I've got it on autofocus. Right, we're in focus now. Yeah, so there's a little nut there and a washer on the top and the bottom. I'll just zoom in on that and then point out what I'm doing. I've zoomed in on the bottom here, but the top's exactly the same. So you push the flexible hose with the racket there. You see there's the solid hose here, and then put the lock nut and the washer on, secure that in place, and then you can attach the bottom line by screwing that on. That's the way to do it. Undo at the top and the bottom, undo the solid pipe, so this pipe's disconnected, and then you can remove it, and then you refit the one, and then you reconnect at the top and bottom. So it's kind of obvious, but sometimes people say to me, well, why didn't you show exactly how you did that? So I am doing. Right, that is the flexible hose reattached top and bottom. I'm hand holding the camera, hopefully you can see that there. Got that tightened up on the lock nut and then down at the bottom as well. So now all I have to do is reattach the solid hose by tightening up the nut here at the bottom and we got up at the top here as well, there at the top. Just pop that on and tighten that down, and then I'll do the top bit of hose. That's the top length flexible hose off now, and you can see in the top yoke, this is where it goes through the yoke here, so it attaches there, and then you can see underneath I've got a bit of tissue to stop any spillage, but that's where it attaches to the solid pipe, and then up the handlebars to the master cylinder, and again just got that blocked up a little bit just to stop any leakage. And this crumpled up little thing is the rubber boot that goes on the top of the hose, just clips over where it attaches to the master cylinder. Not essential, but just tidies it up, keeps the weather out. So I shall slide that onto the new hose before I fit it. I'm reusing the banjo bolt to attach the top hose to the master cylinder, and a couple of copper washers there, one either side of the banjo joint. I've got a box of copper washers, various sizes, just a couple of those to seal it. That's the top pipe installed, and so now that's the whole brake line back together. So just a couple of comments about that, and that is when you're reconnecting the solid pipe onto the flexible hose here, just have to make sure the solid pipe has a flared out end on it, which is obviously inside the nut here. So you just have to make sure that that's sitting on the nipple on the end of the flexible hose fitting properly, so you got the proper seal there. And then another thing that I do, I've just been doing now, is I've just got some brake cleaner, and I've just been wiping around every single joint, because on the front of this T140 brake line there are actually 7 different joints, you know, starting at the banjo at the top here. 7 joints, and so taking it apart, inevitably, even if it's just off your fingerprints, you get a few bits of brake fluid on it. So what I like to do is just clean all of that off, and so I know every single joint now is nice and clean and dry. So when I pressurize the system, I can immediately see if I'm getting a little bit of seepage out of any of the joints if it's not sealed properly. Whereas if you hadn't cleaned them all off first, you wouldn't be sure whether that was just residue from when you disassembled it. Okay, so all back together. Didn't take long to replace those pipes. So now I'm going to put fluid back in the system, pressurize it, and see if it all works. Just bleeding the system now. So I use Castrol React brake fluid .4. It's good stuff, this. Use it in all of my bikes. And to bleed the system, I use, it's called a Mighty Vac vacuum system. I've had this for maybe about 15 years now, and I find it's just the quickest and easiest way of bleeding the system. So it works the opposite way around. If you're not familiar with them, it works the opposite way around. Normally what you would do is you would push the fluid and the air out of the system by pumping the lever at the top. With this one, you use a vacuum to suck the fluid through. So what you've got is you connect it, as you can see here, to the bleed nipple. From the bleed nipple, you've got a little container to collect the fluid as it comes through, and then at the other end you've got this vacuum pump. So if I just swivel that around so you can see the dial, so you just pump that, and if I just pump it a little bit, you can see it's starting to create a vacuum there. So I've now actually got quite a vacuum on there. And then you open up the bleed nipple, and it sucks the fluid and the air through. You obviously got to then keep topping up the reservoir on the master cylinder at the top, but it's very, very quick and easy way of doing it. I'm not going to open it up now because I've actually already bled the system and it's fine, but it took me less than a minute to bleed it through. It's so good, is this system. So I love it. That was a really good investment. I think when I got this, the Mighty Vac, it was the only one sort of available on the market, and there are others now available, similar kind of systems, some of which are quite a bit cheaper. Some of them are like plastic, and you see this is cast aluminium, but it gets used a lot. As I say, I've had it about 15 years. It's proved to be a good investment. that is the job done, and I'm delighted to say it seems to have fixed the problem. Just demonstrate, got the front wheel off the ground, in the back wheel, it's not binding. Apply the brake, it's released straight away. So that is the problem solved. Before it was binding very badly. So I would just like to say thanks, my heartfelt thanks to the people who suggested that the problem might be a collapsed brake hose, because clearly that is exactly what the problem was. And so thank you very much. I can't remember who it was, I can't remember the names of the people who commented, but thank you. For me, that's the great positive thing of social media and the internet, is sharing knowledge and experience like that. So thank you. Hope you found this video useful. Got plenty more content about this and other bikes on there, so if you're just new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and ride safely. Hopefully see you again soon. Bye.